around.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members of the board. The Corey here stole a little bit of my thunder, so a lot of my presentation's already been covered, so I should be pretty brief. Thank you for that. Irrigation season's officially over with the conclusion of Pueblo irrigation season on November 15th. The season turned out to be a little bit better than we anticipated, and I think that's thanks a lot to some well-timed or some timely rain events, good hard work internally and collaboration. And also I want to acknowledge the coordination and collaboration with our other water management entities. My job's a lot easier because we have really good partners on the river. I have been monitoring New Mexico's Rio Grande compact deliveries this year. New Mexico's debt at the end of 2023 was 121,000 acre feet. Currently, there's about 15,000 acre feet of water in storage up in Abiquiu that needs to be moved down to Elephant Butte. And if that water is moved down to Elephant Butte before the end of the calendar year, I think that we will probably break even for our 2024 compact deliveries. So we'll still be carrying the previous 121,000 acre feet of compact debt. But as the Corps just mentioned, there are some limitations on our on what we think we might be able to get out of the reservoir. So the goal is to get it out before the end of the calendar year, but that's a little up in the air as far as the plug on the Chama goes. Any water that's not evacuated from storage at the end of the year is going to be tagged as debit water and held until the state of Texas asks for it to be released. And as we transition to the winter season, our attention now turns to monitoring snowpack conditions in the basin. In the Rio Grande headwaters, snowpack is currently 124% of median, but this represents only 32% of peak median. So it's important to keep in mind that this time of year, there's still a lot of winter to go and not to put too much stock in these numbers. Conditions in the Rio Chama and Upper Rio Grande basins are below the median at 76%. And again, that 76% for this state represents 17% of peak median conditions. So again, a lot of ground to make up before we start really looking at where we are for the year. While these figures provide a preliminary snapshot, it's important to remember that it's still early in the season and there's much winter yet to unfold. I have the individual snow telegraphs also I provided for both the Rio Grande headwaters and for the next one is the Upper Rio Chama. Looking ahead, the National Weather Service's seasonal outlook predicts above average temperatures and below average precipitation through the winter months. This forecast reflects the likelihood of drier and warmer than average conditions as La Nina is expected to develop here soon. Currently, we're in the end zone neutrals part, but they're expecting the La Nina to develop. And as a last thought, I'd like to encourage everyone to pray for snow, and I thank you for your attention, and I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.